Hi everyone, my name's Anthony Cummins and welcome to Samurai Day 2024. Now I'm going to take you through everything, but this is me, Book of Bushido, the complete real Samurai Chivalry. So first of all, I started off in Italy. So I went to Venice in Italy where I stayed and was very hospitably taken care of by the people out there. And you can see Alex from Taisha Ryu there just in the background. He was the kind gentleman who invited me to half teach with him. He was teaching half and I was teaching half. And I had a wonderful time in Venice. And here we are, we're doing different exercises on the sword, of course, and spear. And here we're looking at three-man kill teams. Okay, and I'm displaying how the three-man kill teams will work around. And there you go, the third man will do the killing while the other two distract and put away. Now, of course, once you've killed someone, you have to then talk about how to, or at least when you've got someone down, how to decapitate them, take their face off. This is all very, very much samurai ways. And I'm talking here about the three coup de grace and how you can kill people and where to kill them, femoral artery, into the heart or jugular. Also here, skinning faces. But many of you might have seen this before, but this is my time in Venice, and I also went to America. This is from the oldest swordsmanship. We found the oldest Japanese swordsmanship, these skills, and this is the one-legged skill, and I'll be showing you lots more of this to come up when we get into the States. So, excuse me. This is how to throw a sword. Now we get into the ninja steps and the ninja walking. This is saguriashi, which is a type of probing step. And we also went through nukiashi and things like that, about how the ninjas use their steps to get across. Now here we're showing about how to use a torch at night. So that's my lovely torch bearer gentleman there, and how to make your kill at night when you're a samurai. So this is how samurai would move at night and how they would do everything. But I'm going to take it to America now, and thank you to Bob Aldis. The information's all there, so pause that. And this is Bob's dojo. So we moved off to America for Samurai Day 2024 in America.
Domingo!
And unfortunately, we didn't have a massive turnout because the dates didn't work for us. I've had a child this year, so I had to pick. The only weekend I could pick was the one right near Thanksgiving, and unfortunately, most people were at our Thanksgiving. But we're going to try and do one either next year or the year after. So here's Jeff and Adam, and these people came along, even though their families was asking them to go to Thanksgiving. Most of them said, nope, let's just go along. So thank you very much to those people. You can blame my son for this one. But we've had a wonderful time, and I'm going to take you through what we did here. And I'm literally in America at the minute. I'm going to fly back tomorrow. So they're not using Joes as Joes. These are swords. So, well, the one on the left will be a spear, and the one on the right is actually the long sword, because what we know is that they're using swords equivalent to their own height in the oldest manual we have. And of course, very few people have got a bokken that big. So you need it to come up to your chin or up to your forehead, around there, and that will be roughly where it is. And we've started looking at a lot of these small jumping steps, which are described in the manual quite well. And then we get around to the actual spinning techniques. There's Adam. He's a short guy, but very, very, very powerful. He's very cool. He's a Natoryu member, as you can see. So the people in the crimson uniforms are Natoryu, and we've got the two Nicks there who came along and saw me for the first time there too, and they paired up really well and did some really nice swordsmanship. Very good. The one on the right actually does a lot of sword competitions and even lightsaber competitions, and they're the two. They come up there, and Nick was a taekwondo, I think, or a hapkido. No, maybe a hapkido guy. I can't quite remember. But he took to it very, very well. His movement was wonderful. And then I always suggest people get bags. Nobody in swordsmanship uses a bag. And I just used it one day because I felt like it really gives you the feeling of actually hitting a body. Of course, we're never going to really hit bodies in these day and age. So it gives you more of a proper feeling of how to use your sword. Now this is the right-legged stance, where you rest on the right leg and you've got what's called the upper parry there. And it's called up parry because you're actually pulling your hand up and putting the blade down. Domingo there being excellent with Clarence Sheets. Clarence Sheets is one of my long-time students, and he has been faithful to me for a long time. Here is the throwing of dagger from Yagu. Now, I don't normally suggest people do this, which is the mock combat, but sometimes it's a little bit of fun if you don't get too over involved in this, it's worth just to show how difficult it is to pull a technique off, or how easy it would be for you to be killed. So I don't mind doing this, but I don't honestly recommend doing it much. It's more of just a teaching aid to say, look, this is how dangerous real swordsmanship would actually be, and you'd both probably be dead by now, and that'd be the end of your career, and then go back to actually really, because otherwise I think if you're training that too much, then you find you get very lax and a bit too lackadaisical. So again, thank you to Bob Aldis here for letting us use all these tools and equipment. I love Domingo. Domingo there was very kind to me, and he was a very lovely man. And I have really got good respect for him. He's English, he's not amazing, but he stayed there with us all, you know, and didn't mind the fact that he couldn't quite understand everything. But thanks to Adam, we had a translator. Even though he understands a lot, sometimes my accent and the complex discussions we're having was too fast for him in his second language, but he still enjoyed it, and he's going to come back next time I'm here. I really, really enjoy training with Domingo. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm letting these play to show you just the different, so everybody gets a go on the screen. So you remember what happens here is you end up with this more of a toy click click click, which you wouldn't really do in reality. You'd be a lot more. So that was yagu, by the way, guys. That's a yagu skill. And watch Nick now, watch it behind his back, watch, throw, bang. That skill works in real life, because Adam didn't know that's what he was about to do, which was brilliant, because he really kept that hidden, and it worked perfectly. So Adam with his school top on there. And then here we have the Nick and the Domingo. Again, we're back to Yagu Ryu there. We've started doing Yagu Ryu at this point. These. Okay. Now there's not much footage of me, because I'm behind the camera. I'm teaching them behind the camera. But in a bit, you'll see me, because Nick took some lovely, wonderful pictures of me, which is great. So what I did is I took them through 12 different katas from the Yagu 28, well, it's actually 30 versions of the kata, but I took them through 12 of the 28, and this is what we were practicing and going through. Now, of course, we were discussing also the lengths of swords, and the way your sword should be for you, and how long it should be for you. And here he's in Ito Ryodan, and we always follow up with 5 cuts, so if you're wondering what he's doing, this is the wild cuts, which is something, so that is Ito Ryodan again. Now this is more from Nick's camera, which is really nice, and but he's going through and backing up my teaching here, and Jeff, so well, Adam is Jeff's student, but here you go with me on the mat finally, because Nick is taking the pictures, and this is one of the complicated ones which we actually the translation is a struggle with, but you'll see this done multiple times. People think this is the Chinese sword. It is not the Chinese sword. It is without doubt the Japanese sword. It was used by Chinese people, but it was the first account of the Japanese sword in the world, really, a detailed explanation of Japanese swordsmanship, and it arrives in China. So, and here Adam's doing a wonderful job of the skills here, which is these are considered the Japanese bread and butter. And then, so what we have is that scroll, and here Nick is going over, he's showing about the fulcrums and how to use fulcrums and all of that. Now again, Jeff, who's Adam's instructor, and they flew in, it took them a long time to get there, and I know they put up a lot of expense, but they came all the way, even on the Thanksgiving weekend, and I'm very grateful for them coming, very, very grateful.
You've got, your choices are 1, yeah, 2, then 3, right, then we go, we're here, we come into this leg, jump in. The other choice is here, jump in. Then we've got the lower bow stance, we've got the outer watch stance, yep. Then you've got your coming up, yep, and then a twisted stance from here. We've got this knee stance here, where you can't really do it, but that one there, and it's come in, so forget that. Then we've got the pairing one, come out, you can hit. We've got the skyward stance. You've got the throwing sword stance. Yep. And you imagine with that bag, it makes a bit more sense. Yep. So last 10 minutes, let's give it a go. That's it. Yep. You cross over, one step, cut. That's it. So everyone from, there's your stance. I'm literally stepping in, and it isn't a cut, I'm just pulling it down. And this is that first cut against the wrist. Yeah, always against the wrist. So from here, yeah, I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Swap. Yeah, we can swap. So this is Nato Ryu calls this Hoko Ashimoto, which means fluid movement with the floor. Yeah. So you see, you all know it in karate. Yeah. Yeah. You've all got that fluid floor motion. Yeah. Same here. So what you're looking for is we've got up here, and then we maybe back, and then you want to swap, change, and it's that fluid foot motion. But that is going to knock in. That's what you want. Because you know, if you try to judo someone and they just don't want to go, and they're never going to do it to him. Not a chance in the world. Come on, let's go. Come on, go on, push it. So what I need to do is get that crack in his head. Yeah. And once that crack comes in, I won't hit you, but so okay, push. Once that crack comes in, that's what you're waiting for. Now it will go, yeah? And you push it, and it is never going to be that wonderful Aikido throw. This is why I know these scrolls are more realistic. The same scroll says, if he's older than me and all that, you bite through, and you start biting into his veins until you can go out and you go, until he gets off you. And he's like not, bite. And that's what it says. It's called the venom fangs or something like that.
Thank you to Adam Song for this fake butterfly knife, if you like. It's a fidget tool, so thank you very much. I love it. I do love it when people give me gifts, of course, so, and I appreciate it very much. Right, we're here in Nick's house, who's yawning away there. Nick, we've got the Clarence here, and this is the famous Iga Tengu. There he is, the man who makes all of the stuff. So there we go. Look, he's brought me some caltrops, splendid. And I've also got some shuriken in a Natori Ryu box. How mint is that? But we've been chatting for years, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
On off, we've been chatting for years, and it's the first time we've ever met, actually. And we've just been going through all the old ninja names and all the old ninja people.
Good times.
All that, so all good times. So thank you. I'm a bit on jet lag at the minute, so I'm going to go get showered, go to bed, and then we'll catch up with Clarence tomorrow. And Mr. Nick there, Mr. Host with the most.
Another 4 hour training.
Right, we're on day 2. It's day 2 in the dojo. We've had a couple who had to go home. Jeff was poorly, but he was going home anyway. And so today we're just working on a bit of Mukyoshi Ryu, stuff like that. So we're looking at a bit of Mukyoshi Ryu here. And what I like to do is get people to understand that if your uke, that's the person who's attacking, is being hit, they need to react in a way that shows they're being hit. So we're using a bit of a mixture here between Santo Isho, which is 3 strikes to 1 place, which is from Nato Ryu, but with a Mukyoshi Ryu combat system. So a lot of people don't realise they have to follow up with their cut. You can't just say, oh, I've hit, that's it. Most of the time you first hit. Now this is interesting, by the way, guys. This is from Nato Ryu. This is how to arrest someone when you're the Lord. When the Lord has sent you and you have to arrest someone, you have to do it in a certain way. One of the people is the accuser, the other one is the executor. Now this is, I was having them experiment because I don't have a dojo at the moment. So I was having an experiment where we have one scroll which tells us to cut from the floor, most likely from the scabbard. So we're working out on how you'd hit your own hand. So Nick there, Palmer, is showing me how he might hit his own hand and things like that, and how we have to raise the hand off and make sure, see there, it hits the inside of his hand. We have to be careful that you don't do that. So it's good to practice these things. This is how to do it in a market crowd to get through. And then we worked on some more yagu systems. So you'll notice there's a lot of reverse hand stuff and all that. Now this is an interesting bit. This is me. So this is Musashi, and Musashi teaches us to bind with the and go for it, basically. This is to bind from the, oh come on Anthony, against body to body, and these are the different ways of binding and getting out of binds. And also we talked about when people just go crazy and they start attacking you, which is part of the samurai. Well, you go behind and cut. That's one of the different skills, and the reverse of the skill is to go in there and take them down. Samurai Day 2024. Hopefully, we've had some problems this year just with me having a baby, so we've not been able to get the right dates down, so it's my fault really. So we're going to have to try for some more stuff. So join us in our Samurai Days, where I've done one in Venice this year and over in Michigan. So Let's keep this love of samurai going. Thanks to Nick and for Bob Aldis for doing this wonderful dojo. Nick's quite a good host, he's all right. Hi, Nick.
Good day.
Good day. So thank you very much for Bob. And again, if you want to join, this is in Michigan, Richmond, and you can join here and have a nice time in this dojo. All the best, everyone. Subscribe. If you made it all the way to the end, guys, get yourself a copy of the Book of Bushido, especially on Audible. Thank you very much.